Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, or good night, and may goodness be wherever you are. Let me not even play myself. My name is Jalon. Sometimes I go by Jax, but you can find me on everything at Baby Bag Lady, because I just be in my bag, and that's all I have to say about that. But on this channel, if you're new here, welcome. We talk about all things related to mental health and my hairy experience as a female. Yeah, this is my first time as a black female, as a black queer female. I think I about covered it. And it's the first time I'm recording since coming back from the wedding, which it's been well over a week now. It's Tuesday. It's been about 10 days or so, 9 or 10 days. I recently just realized math don't really be, girl math is a real thing. Math don't be mathing for me, but girl math is a real thing, and that is not cute nor funny when it comes to finances, okay? But yeah, it's my first time recording since being back home, and it's been really hard getting back into the swing of things, admittedly. And I just wanted to press record because I hadn't in a while, and although I am in the process of getting videos to you and things are lined up for weeks at this point, it's like I just didn't want the habit to get too far away from me, and I feel like I said it the last time I checked in because it was starting to feel like it got a little too far away from me. Today was harder. Today was like the first day that I really acknowledged the sort of depressive state that I was in. A lot of things I think triggered it is like, just coming back off of vacation. It's not fun, especially when the weather is trash like it is when you get kind of all four seasons. Not even that it's trash, but you get all four seasons, and while there are still there are wintry days, there are also rainy wintry days, or that kind of double compound on top of how you may be feeling if you get seasonal depression like I do. So just knowing that I was feeling quite amazing a little less than a week and a half ago, yeah, the sadness has just settled in, just like I knew it would. But I knew that I was going to really strive to make tomorrow, hump day, a much better day. It is turning out that it will be a really full day, so I'm hoping that the encouragement that I found throughout today, which is why I wanted to pop on, really carries into tomorrow and such. But yeah, today for starters, very briefly, I got a late start. I did the things that I would typically do, but really kind of half-assed them, to be quite honest. And then I found myself kind of like on a social media rabbit hole, which is something I rarely do when I first wake up. And it wasn't even when I first woke up, but it was before I left the bed. I was in a probably like hour and a half pigeonhole. And I wasn't messing with that at all. And it immediately made me acknowledge that there was something going on that I had to kind of think deeper about. Didn't go to the gym yesterday. So things have sort of been on a steady decline since coming home from the wedding and vacation and things like that. So kind of declining, not feeding myself well, constantly buying food or this or that or whatever, I sat still for a second. I was starting to get some downloads, and I sat still. I turned everything off. I just got quiet, and I just started to listen. And there are a lot of things, of course, compounding one after another about my conditions or circumstances or what have you. And I think for me, it was just time to be honest about how my quote unquote insufficiencies are making me feel. I think I do a lot of changing my perspective to the positive, but I think there has to come a time when you acknowledge how you actually feel, not just trying to make yourself feel better, but what is it that you're feeling that you're trying to make yourself feel better about in the first place? My insufficiencies feeling deeply and heavily financial, it feels as if that is the biggest hindrance in my life right now that is impeding me from pursuing the life that I really want. And I know that's a lie. Like, I can acknowledge that's how I feel, but what I know is if that is an area that I feel hyper focused on, that then that means that there's something else in its sort of like reflection that I need to pivot towards. It might look like finances, but like, what does that mean about my relationship to time, how I'm spending it? Funny thing to just say how I'm spending it when I think it's financial, but it might be my time. I hope that makes sense. That's pretty much the revelation that I came to through all of the sort of like sifting through what I think are insufficiencies. It's like, oh, I have this big hang up in my mind about time. And I think that I'm always making great use of my time. So to kind of come to that on the other side is like, oh, I actually have a thing with time. It's like, okay, I can feel better about what I just came to. So then I'm like, wow, it's interesting because I feel like on a day-to-day basis, I try to spend my time wisely. Like, I think about 24 hours and I'm like, wow, there's so much that I can get done in a day. There's so much that I can do in 24 hours. And a lot of times I get the things that I wanted to do done. But then when I think about the bigger picture of my life and what I feel like there needs to be done, like what needs to get done, I'm like, that doesn't feel like a lot of time. Like, at the same time, I feel like I have so much time in a day. I feel so pressed for time in my life. I don't know if you feel that, but I feel that. And now adding on these sort of special events in life, things that I really didn't think I was going to take into consideration for my life, like weddings, even birthdays, like being thoughtful and intentional about how I'm spending my time, right? Like with the people that I'm spending it with and making memories and how much time that takes. And then like larger events of life. And then the things that I anticipate but have no idea what they will become in my life. Like when it comes to like career and what I'm doing in the world, my service to the world, like how much time it will take to create those things. It's like, I just feel so compacted actually, but I try to positively promote myself using my day-to-day well, and I don't think that's a bad thing. I finally feel like because the work that you have been seeing me doing recently with, deep cleaning and decluttering, I really actually do feel a significant difference about how I can show up in like a lot of areas of my life, but especially this one. Like, I feel like I'm finally able to introduce to you all really where my head is at. Like, that was clearing my space, mental and physical. Now I'm excited to share my space, mental and physical spaces. So I feel like I'm actually able to like have the dialogue that I've been wanting to probably for a long time now, and furthermore introduce the arts and sort of therapy within it inside of our dialogue. I'm excited to get there. Haven't had that sort of revelation yet, so inside of this whole time thing, I think God is constantly reminding me, like, it is true that I have so much to do, but what I choose to do, whether I'm procrastinating or doing it, makes kind of all the difference. So it's always going to be work to do. It's always going to be something to do, but literally it kind of has to go step by step. It's a hard pill to swallow. Okay. Thin. Let me get out of here. Peace.